In this video of preparation for MHT-CET, we are going to discuss about chapter-wise weightage for physics. As we know, the syllabus is divided into 11th and 12th standard. There are total 50 questions and 10 questions are going to be asked from 11th standard and 40 questions from 12th standard. So let us see the type of questions which are going to be asked from different chapters over here. From serial number 1, that is motion in a plane, the first chapter, 1 or 2 questions are likely to be asked. This motion in a plane involves a projectile motion. The second chapter over here is the laws of motion. 2 to 3 questions are likely to be asked. The third chapter is gravitation, which is very important. It contains so many formulas, that is universal law of gravitation, then variation of g with altitude, with depth, with latitude. All these formulas are very important. So based on this, 1 or 2 questions are likely to be asked. Some other things like critical velocity, kinetic energy, potential energy. These are some of the important formulas over here. The fourth chapter is thermal properties of matter. 1 or 2 questions are likely to be asked. This involves coefficient of thermal conductivity, coefficient of linear expansion, areal expansion, volume expansion, etc. Then specific heat. So these are some of the important topics which are involved over here. Then the sound. 1 or 2 questions are likely to be asked. Again, optics is very important chapter. Here you will come across a lens maker formula, which is going to be very important. Based on these questions will be asked to you. Then electrostatics, 1 or 2 questions are likely to be asked. When it comes to the semiconductor, 1 or 2 questions. This involves PN junction diode, forward bias and reverse bias. Now let us talk about 12th standard expected weightage over here. See, 11th standard mein certain part was deleted. That is not the case for 12th standard. So you have to study all the 16 chapters thoroughly. The first chapter of 12th standard is rotational dynamics, 3 or 4 questions. This includes uniform circular motion as well as rotational motion. So many formulas are there. So all the formulas you have to prepare, you have to understand all the concepts over here. Mechanical properties of fluid. So this is again a very vast chapter. 3 or 4 questions are likely to be asked. So especially capillarity के बारे में जो भी questions है, they are going to be very important. Viscosity. These are going to be certain important formulas over here. Kinetic theory of gases and radiation, again very big chapter. It includes 2 parts. A kinetic theory of gases, another one is radiation. 3 or 4 questions will be asked. So when it comes to kinetic theory of gases, the first part is the equation for the pressure exerted by a gas. That is going to be very important. When it comes to radiation, Wein's displacement law, and so many other formulas are going to be important. Thermodynamics, 3 or 4 questions are likely to be asked. Oscillation, 2 or 3 questions are likely to be asked. So this includes basically SHM equation, then equation for velocity, equation for acceleration. Those questions are likely to be asked over here. Superposition of waves. This includes a very important thing, that is stationary waves which are formed on the string, stationary waves which are formed inside the pipe open at one end, pipe closed at one end. So 2 or 3 questions are asked. Wave optics, 3 or 4 questions will be asked. This includes interference and diffraction. Electrostatics, again very important chapter. 3 or 4 questions will be asked from this chapter. This includes Gaussian theorem for object like cylinder. Then capacitor के बारे में पूछा जा सकता है. When it comes to current electricity, 2 or 3 questions are likely to be asked over here. Current electricity involves topics like Wheatstone meter bridge, potentiometer, etc. Magnetic fields due to electric current, 3 or 4 questions are likely to be asked. Very vast chapter. Magnetic material, very simple chapter. 1 or 2 questions are asked. Ferromagnetism, diamagnetism, etc. Electromagnetic induction, 3 or 4 chapters will be asked to you. This involves Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. AC circuit. This is again 2 to 3 chapters will be asked to you over here. That is application of alternating current to inductor, capacitor, resistor. इसके बारे में आपको पूछा जाएगा. The 14th chapter is dual nature of radiation and matter. Again, there are 2 or 3 questions. This involves photoelectric effect. तो उसके बारे में फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इक्वेशन जो है वो आपको अच्छी तरीके से प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. आइंस्टाइन्स फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इक्वेशन. 15th chapter is structure of atoms and nuclei. 3 or 4 question, again big chapter. Bohr's atomic theory is very important. उसके बारे में 2-3 इक्वेशंस है वहाँ पे. Those which are very important over here. Then nuclei के बारे में, रेडियो एक्टिविटी के बारे में, certain important thing like half life and all those things are important. When it comes to semiconductor, very vast chapter, easy but very vast. So it will involve a PN junction as a rectifier, then special type of diodes like Zener diode, LED, photodiode, solar cells, उसके बारे में आपको पूछा जा सकता है. Then transistor. About all these things, the questions will be asked to you. That's all about physics chapter-wise distribution in MHT-CET. Thanks to you all for going through this video. If you like this information, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and share this information with your friends also so that they get benefited out of it.